Good morning, down here from DU Waterscapes. We are starting a brand new project in Ottery St Mary. Quite excited for this one. It's the 3x2 ecosystem pond with a 1 metre stream. We've got lights going in. We've got some lovely boulders behind me here that arrived just before us. So we've got to get everything down this tight, reasonably tight access. Enough for a barrow though, so we'll be fine down here. Round into the garden. We've just got a few tools and things set up already. And what I can do is I'll spin you around and talk you through everything. So we've come in and set up our canopy because it's a little bit drizzly and a little bit grey. This is the pre-existing pond, slightly raised, and then there was actually a sort of water feature there that went along this little rill section behind this tree, or shrub should I say, where the spirillus is over there, came in there, into here, back into there, and then into here. But what we're doing is we're going to be creating a 3x2 ecosystem pond into somewhere in there. Then we're going to have a 1 metre stream coming down here, be removing those patio slabs and such like through that space to create some terrestrial borders, a little bit more interest, create some a little bit more secluded feel to this space. So it's quite a cool project, a little bit unique with the elevations that are already preset. And you know, the pond was looking pretty poorly. Initially the client contacted us just to do a drain and clean, but I said, well, let's talk about actually making this quite a nice feature. You've got the kitchen window right there, so it's a really important view to have a lovely waterfall cascading down there. 2 or 3 drops, nothing too mega, but we really can bring this to life with our granite boulders and creating an ecosystem pond with our bespoke filtration and things in there as well.
Hi guys, so we've been cracking on with this project at the moment. There's been a lot of sort of root matting from lilies and irises to clear at the moment. So we've been getting rid of the root matting, sort of chopping it up into cubes, cubing it up and getting rid of the rubbish. We put the lilies aside to put in at the end potentially, depending on what the client would like. And we just got to cube up the irises. There's Dan doing the hard work while I stand around with the camera, which is lovely. So yeah, we'll crack on with that and get back to you shortly.
Morning everybody, it's a bit drizzly here today in Ottery St Mary, but we got the pond drain yesterday. Everything out, all the big roots and such like has gone in the skip, ready to be disposed of. Josh is up there somewhere. Where are you, Josh? There he is. Getting out a couple of roots and things, and then I'll crack on getting on the little mini breaker and start breaking out this rockwork, or not rockwork, brickwork should I say, around this edge, opening it up, really losing the formal feel to this and adding that natural twist which we're looking forward to doing. How are you doing?
Great, knackered actually. It looks like a mess, but it's not. We're trying to make a blank canvas ready to dig the pond. We've broken out half a skip's worth of concrete.
6 yard skip as well.
Yeah, big skip of brick, hardcore and concrete to get down to the sort of bare soil. And now we've got a monster of a concrete collar down here which needs to be broken up, so we're going to get a circular saw in tomorrow to make it more of a clean cut. It gives us a trench to go down.
And some guns.
Yeah, break through that before we can then sort out digging the pond tomorrow.
Happy days.
It is, yeah.
Good morning. It is feeling a bit wintry already today. We just cracked on yesterday, didn't really get time to do an update, but lots of time-lapse footage, so hopefully you'll see that in between me rabbling on about different bits and bobs. But the pond is actually taking some quite good shape. As you can see behind me here, our skimmer's positioned all the way over there, which is out of sight, tucked away behind the Cotoneester, I think that is. So yeah, we're going to be building quite a nice shape into here. There's different planting pockets, different levels. Pond water level is obviously going to be dictated by our inside, obviously the brickwork of that. And then we'll be doing sort of a terrace effect over there. Our waterfall is then going to be coming in over here, and we'll do a few little different drops and twists and turns and things. Obviously bird loving, clients like seeing their birds coming down for a bathe, so we're working on that. The kitchen window is there, so that's one of the sweet spots, and then over there is the dining room. So yeah, waterfall coming down into here, into the pond, recycling back through our skimmer. So looking forward to cracking on with this. A little bit more digging to do. Josh is warming up.
I'm preparing,
drinking his coffee. Yeah, get some coffee in us, and then we'll dig the depth down below us there. So we've got another 300 mil to be going down there to create our lowest point for our lilies and such like. And then we'll be getting the liners in by 1 o'clock today. Lunch today, fingers crossed. Check you guys soon. Wow, that certainly took longer than we hoped to get it to the point where we could put the liners in. But we've got the shelves all shaped nice in behind me here, all ready to go. We've got a couple of tiers with obviously the gradient that we're working with. Our waterfall's going to be going over there. So we'll get some underlaying. We've got a nice 300 microgram fleece to go in on the bottom and on top of the liner. Liner's there ready to go. So yeah, we're going to crack that in, get it on. So we'll get the liner in and then start rocking this one. So the liner's in, as you can see behind me. I'm sat down just in. What are you laughing at? Anyway, so as you can see, the liner's in behind me. I'm sat down here by the skimmer. So this is where we make our watertight seal through into where the pump is actually housed. And the reason being we use these is that they then skim the surface of the water. So what I'll do is I'll just sort of bring you across like that now. And so what we do is that's just a fake lid. Put that up there. And then this is our EPDM liner. So then flat forward, I'll then cut out our heavy duty fabric, clean up our faceplate. We then use silicone, which is here, which is a waterproof sealant, across the holes of the screws. We then use some screws to go through the faceplate onto there, and the compression of the faceplate and the liner with the silicone actually then creates a watertight seal on the front of our skimmer. It's quite a clever piece of kit, quite simple to do if you know what you're doing. And then that really does make a difference. Don't have to see any pumps in the bottom of the pond, or then it doesn't draw any of the leaves and debris and stuff down to the bottom of the pond. Draws it into a little basket where it can then be removed and sorted out for later on. So yeah, cracked on, got the hole cut and the faceplates in, so that's now all set apart from just the little bits of plumbing actually to connect the pump. The line's in, ready to go to the biofalls, which is going to be up there somewhere. So that's done now. Josh has probably got enough rocks around so we can actually start rocking this one, which will be quite good. Happy days. cracked on yesterday. Didn't give you an update, so apologies, but half the pond is rocked in behind me. We've got a nice little cove gone in here, and this bit of a specimen of a rock gone in down there, which has been tricky because all of them have to go over this wall down there. We've got a nice planting pocket at water level there, or just below, so we're aiming for water level to be just about, I suppose, 1.5 inches down from this edge where I'm sat at the moment. I'm going to crack on, get this cove in here done, finish off our retaining wall at the height, then we get to build a waterfall. Everybody, Dan back here, Josh behind me from DU Waterscapes. We've just come back to Ottery St Mary to do our final little touches this morning to button up this 3x2 ecosystem pond with the 1 metre stream. It's turned out really well, love it how it's turned out. I think you're pretty impressed with how it's turned out.
Oh yeah, I think it looks brilliant, yeah.
Happy days, clients over the moon, they don't want to talk on camera, no surprise, who does really? It's been a challenging one actually, I'm not going to lie. There's been a lot more concrete to come out than expected. And it's just with the sort of the turn of the weather's been a bit claggy and a bit difficult to work with, but yeah, it's turned out fantastic. The streams come together really well. We've incorporated quite a nice route into the sides. Ooh. We've incorporated a nice route into the side, just over behind me here, and yeah, we've got a really quaint waterfall coming down with our biofalls hidden at the top, somewhere in here. Plenty of B-roll to come. Skimmer's situated right over the side there, so that's removing all the surface debris and whatnot. And as you can see, it's a little bit murky at the moment, but that will clear over the next sort of 24 to 48 hours. We've got a variety of aquatic plants in here. We've got some Acora, some creeping jenny, various ferns we've popped in the wall, and some Juncus spiralis down here, one of my favourites, this corkscrew rush. Creeping jenny along the front with some ajuga and some chorus over there. Iris have gone back in. Oh, all sorts of things going on. Some marsh marigolds down there, ready for the spring. And we've incorporated some iris as well that were in the existing pond. So it's quite remarkable what the change has been from what was here. Because if you remember, there was a sort of a raised pond all the way across here with then quite a steep bank at the back. But what I'll do is I'll flip you around so you can have a real good look at what's changed.